Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your May 2025 Tarot and Oracle forecast. And hello, I have to wear these sunglasses because my eyes are still healing and they're very sensitive to the light. I had an eye infection earlier and man, it could have killed me. So wild, so wild. So I'm on the mend and we're going to do your tarot reading. We're going to start with the Mudra deck. This will give you actually a hand gesture that you can do and an affirmation in case you can't do the hand gesture. I like that it can empower you physically, give you a physical gesture of prayer. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Sagittarians and cross-watchers alike, my nose is already itching to pray for you. Say hi in the comments section. It gives us something that represents your energy, even a little emoji, something that we can focus on. So we start with a message, straight and true this way forward. It's a bright red card, and this is how you do the hand gestures, kind of like those shadow puppets for the fish. Straight and true. So here's the affirmation. I'm walking tall, head in the air, living life awake and alert. This mudra vitalizes and strengthens the back, regulates the blood pressure, it activates the circulation, and has a warming effect, hence the red card probably. Before you form this mudra, Sagittarius, massage the back of each hand thoroughly with the other hand. First massage the right hand and then massage the left. You can further fortify your back by sitting straight up without leaning on the back of your chair while maintaining the mudra, but relax from time to time. First slumping a little and then straightening up again. This helps to stimulate the discs of your spine and loosen ligaments and muscles. Imagine yourself to be elated, in love, striding with a spring in your step towards something you're looking forward to. Well, that's a good way to start a reading. It flew right off. You know what? No, we'll put it back. We'll put it back. It feels right. It feels right. We should not let it sit on the ground. All right. So what's coming towards my Sagittarians in May? These have all been pre-shuffled with you in mind, praying for you. And I want to just say thank you so much for hitting that like button on the way in. It's just good juju for you. It's good juju for me. And it's helping other Saggies get this message because the YouTube algorithm will push it further. All right, what's coming towards my Sagittarius, May 2025? We only take the cards that fly out. If they fly in reverse, we read them that way because we respect the way they lie on the table. So, tough decision. I'm talking to Saggies who are facing a tough decision. They're trying to feel that inner voice. You know, it's so great when you make a decision and you just make it with so much confidence because you just have that feeling, that knowing. And so a lot of my Sagittarians right now are waiting for that feeling and that knowing, but you can't feel it. You can't know it without seeing it. And this is represented by the Two of Swords. Now she's blindfolded, but it's temporary. She doesn't have to remain blindfolded. But while she's blindfolded, if you see, and everything's symbolic in tarot, you see that behind her is the moon. And that half crescent, it represents her intuition. And you'll see where intuition is involved, you'll see in tarot this interesting theme of that half moon. Do you see it right there? And you got this upside down as well. So this is High Priestess energy. This is literally intuition. So it's upside down too. Can't feel or see your intuition. What do I do at this point? And it's because that blindfold represents fears. So when you do look at this choice, this is an opportunity to write it down if you want, or just observe what fears are coming up. What are the things that represent that blindfold that are blinding you to that inkling, that solid yes or that solid no? We have somebody coming through, an energy coming through in your reading. Now roles can be reversed. It could be somebody else or it could be yours. But this is somebody who's been very emotional, up and down. We'll get a little bit more cards. We'll get some more cards to unpack on them. But we do have kind of this sense of being at a crossroads. And the Seven of Pentacles upside down. So quite a few reversals. This, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm talking to some Sagittarians that have really been mulling a lot of things over in their minds. This feels like a quiet energy, like there's a lot going on in your inner universe. This is going to be an extended for any of my Sagittarians who like to go on to get more advice and all that. For those of you who do not like extendeds, that's fine. We're going to be giving you a great free reading today. There is an ending that you're mulling over, that you're like conflicted about. This Ten of Swords suggests that it could be a very harsh ending, that it could be sudden. Tell me more about that. And we have this totally different energy that comes out attached to this ending. Now, yes, this ending, if it happened, would be really harsh, possibly hard to go through, but it feels like it would be kind of quick, and then the world would open up for you, that you would put down this chapter, an old chapter of life, and you'd start a really healthy new chapter. Sometimes this comes with also the theme of travel or connection with others who are different from you, different lands, different languages. You know, it's quite literally the world card. So while it talks about closing up a chapter and opening a new one, it's a really healthy, balanced new chapter that it does open. Now, we do have this High Priestess energy that's upside down, talking about the disconnection that you may feel towards your intuition. Talk to me about that from my Saggies. It's not for the lack of feeling a certain way. There's something that's very strong in you that has an ideal or a belief that you, if any doubts arise around it, whether it's somebody else's doubts or it's yours, you can fight them off, you know. So there's something about your happiness that you know you're not willing to compromise on, that you actually have got right. You know what I mean? Like, we all have little ways we can tweak our lives and little choices to make, right? But there's something that you know you've figured out, and it might be blocking the intuition, the voice of intuition, though. And it might be in turn blocking your happiness. So an example of that would be, for instance, when we have something great going for us and we know that that is something we don't want to compromise on, we feel a certain way about it. But that one good thing that we're kind of proud of, let's say it's a company. Let's say this commonly happens. So it's a good example. Let's say it's a business we've started, and we know this is a business that we're proud of. We've grown it, you know, over the years, and it's been, maybe we're proud of the successes that we've had, but more so we identify with it. It's our baby. But this business might be hindering us from making some changes that are actually going to refresh the rest of your life, that is going to make you happy in other areas of your life. Whereas, yeah, so it's almost like that's where you're getting disconnected to your intuition. And it's not an easy position to be in, but there's a reason it's coming up in tarot. You know, with every tarot reading, I never leave my tarot viewers like on a limb, right? Like, we're going to look at solutions. We're going to look at advice. We're going to see what it has to say. And it's up to you if you follow it. It's like, it's really, you have free will. And this is taking a snapshot of the energy at right now in this moment. But that can all change, right? Like this, yeah, this is just food for thought. So who's this emotional person, this up and down emotional person? They might not be able to even nurture people that they want the way that they want to, because the emotions have been kind of getting in the way. They feel maybe unstable or unsupported emotionally. What's the 7 of... They've been going along, I think, with something that's... One sec. Before I speak, I want to get some more cards out. Some swords. So this feels like they're going along with something that was a big game changer. There was an event. There's an event here that they had no control over. And maybe it's not something anybody's talking about, or it's kind of like having the wool pulled over their eyes. There might be even something that they don't want to give up on something. Like, I'm saying they, but what it feels like is I'm talking to a lot of you. I'm talking to a lot of you. Of course, roles can be reversed. This could be somebody else. But for a lot of Saggies, it's you guys. Wanting to hold on to this, not give up, tenacious, like holding on, and almost in a defensive way for some of you. And there's something really admirable about the Nine of Wands, you know, but it's a tired feeling. It's the cost is wearing you out. And so that's why it's got to come out somewhere. The pressure's got to build up, or the emotion's got to build up. And one might feel uncharacteristically emotional, maybe like not even understanding, why did I wake up today feeling so emotional? Or why did I wake up today so tired? Or I can't nurture and love the people I want to in my life. Because something like an event happened here that is connected to the deception card. So the deception card talks about the wall being pulled over your eyes, or somebody getting away with something. And with an event like this, the Tower events are there to kind of realign us in the end. They're to throw us off, basically. They always come as a discomfort because we don't have control in a situation. Tell me more about this for my Sagittarius. Yeah, there's conflict here. There's conflict here. And for some of you guys, it's like you're trying to keep it under wraps, or you're trying to act like it's not that big of a deal. It could be something that what I'm feeling like is like something that you don't want it to disrupt everything else, but it's like you're trying to go along with the flow as if it didn't happen, or if it's not happening, but it's actually really quite difficult for you, and it's making you feel emotional. Now, for some of you guys, like I said, roles can be reversed. It's not you, it's somebody else in the picture here. There could even be a child or kids involved. It feels like it's within the realm of relationships. This feels like it's affecting relationships, affecting your role. It's affecting the roles of people. And so what about this, right? Moving on to our next card. Nobody wants to unravel all the work they've done by making a wrong decision. There's a third energy in here that's messing with stuff. Moon card. Okay, so some of you guys are in a situation where there's another person or a third energy that's been messing with things, and you don't want to give it your energy. You don't want to, you've worked up until this point and built your life in a certain way, but you know that a change is near. You know that a decision is needed. And it feels like it is messing with your plans. It's messing what you built. But who are these two people? It's messing with family, possibly. We got the Six of Cups out. And then we got this. So this is what I would say to you, Sagittarius. There is a third energy that's making you take a look at everything that you've built up until now, and it makes you feel like it's being disrespected. It's disrespecting all the work that you've put into something, and there's something that's secretive about this. The whole thing, the Seven of Swords, the Moon card. I feel like you know more than others think that you know. I feel like what's interesting is that these relationships end up being the driving force of you standing in that fork of the road with power, empowering yourself back in that fork in the road, rather than before, where it felt like, is this all a waste? Have I come this far for it all to be a waste? Instead, it's these relationships, this people, the Queen of Cups upright, remembering one's power and nurturing power and ability to facilitate a safe emotional environment for themselves and others. Their intuition, the Queen of Cups, is very intuitive and creative and kind and empathetic and compassionate. And whatever this is, it's been throwing the Queen of Cups off, whether it's a male or female, doesn't matter. But this event and like this stubbornness, wanting to hold on and not give up. But there's either it's a kid in the picture, or it's just a relationship that is that holds value. It's like remembering these relationships, the Six of Cups, the good times, the memories, what you're building, the nostalgia, the future. That is making you stand really strong at the same fork in the road where you're questioning, was this all a wash? Was this all for nothing? You're standing strong when you recognize this, that there's a certain kind of fear and secrecy and attached to this and the unknown. And I think that there's this intolerance that you grow for this situation, and you stand strong in this fork in the road. Now that's a start. Now you can kind of look at the Two of Swords, because you can't make this decision without reaching this place, right? This is your foundation. You have to have the fork in the road and be able to see clearly. There's that direction, and then there's that direction. And the Seven of Pentacles knows what they've built. They know what they've worked for, and they're standing back on their shovel. They're tired, but they're looking at now the growth of all those seeds they planted. They're looking at the harvest. That's what this is symbolizing. And they're saying, one, do I make the choice to keep on as I am going, keep on doing what I'm doing, and I'm continuing to cultivate what I've been working on? And time and effort are the keys, the key ingredients to that. Or two, do I choose another path and I change things, I tweak things? That is the true choice that you want to reach. Or the true destination you want to reach to make this decision. That's why it's hard to make this decision too early. Right now, it feels like it would just like be a cruel or sharp ending, but it would eventually lead to a good path either way. So I like that silver lining for you. I'm going to now go into the extended. I'm wishing you love and luck and light and all the good things. Take good care. Bye-bye.